Have you ever felt like someone's silence spoke louder than words? Like their absence wasn't truly an absence, but a sort of quiet waiting? A sacred pause before the heart found the courage to express its truth? Today, your angels want to reveal what was really behind that silence. And it's not rejection. It never was. In fact, what felt like distance was actually divine timing in action. This person you've been thinking about, yes, that one whose silence left you with 1,000 questions, hasn't been ignoring you. They've been listening. To their own soul. To the echoes of every shared glance, every lingering thought of you that they couldn't quite shake off. What you didn't hear from them was never indifference. It was preparation. They've been building the emotional strength to come forward in a way that honors what they feel for you. And those feelings? They're deeper than even they realized. There's a love unfolding here, slow, quiet, powerful, like roots growing underground before the flower blooms. What you're sensing isn't your imagination. It's the energetic pull between two hearts who aren't done writing their story yet. Your presence awakened something inside them they didn't know how to process. You sparked a yearning, not for attention, but for authenticity. They see in you someone who doesn't just demand love, but inspires it. And that kind of influence, it doesn't go unnoticed. So while you were wondering why they didn't call, they were wondering if they were enough. If you'd wait. If the silence had already stolen their chance. But your angels whisper now, no chance is ever lost when it's part of a divine plan. Let me ask you something personal, and be honest with yourself, because this matters. Have you ever felt like love just doesn't come easily for you anymore? Like you're always the one giving, always the one understanding, the one who makes space for others, but rarely gets the same in return? If so, the angels see that too. They want you to know that you're not being overlooked. You're being prepared. Prepared to receive a kind of love that doesn't rush. That doesn't pretend. That doesn't fade when things get tough. This silence you've endured? It's creating space for a love that knows how to stay. You see, when someone's heart is being reshaped, broken open by an unexpected connection, there's bound to be silence. Not because they don't care, but because they care too much. And they don't want to mess it up. Here's what's changing now. This person is stepping out of their own shadows. They're starting to realize that they've been hiding behind logic, behind timing, behind excuses, because deep down, they were afraid of what this meant. Because loving you means being seen. Being truly seen. And not everyone is ready for that, until they are. That's what this silence has been. Not distance, but readiness. The slow awakening of a soul realizing they've found something rare. You. And when they come back, because they will, you'll know it's not because they were lonely, or curious, or just passing through. It'll be because they finally see what the angels have seen all along, that your heart is sacred ground. Not to be visited lightly, but to be cherished completely. So now, dear soul, I ask you, gently, lovingly, to breathe into this moment, to stop chasing answers, and to start receiving the truth your soul already knows. You are not waiting in vain. You are being called into alignment, into resonance, into reciprocity. And when it comes, this message, this breakthrough, this revelation, it will not be small. It will be sacred. The kind that rewrites everything. Now, I want to invite you into something deeper. If what you just read stirred something inside you, if it felt like it was written for you, then don't let this moment pass. Let the angels keep guiding you. Stay close. Stay open. Subscribe now and allow your soul to keep receiving what it's been asking for in silence. Divine confirmation. Because what comes next is everything you've been waiting for. You've been strong for so long, haven't you? Holding space for others. Giving love even when it wasn't returned the way you deserved. Carrying the weight of unanswered questions, yet still choosing to believe in the goodness of people. And now, here you are, still standing, still open, still hopeful, even if a little bruised. The angels are in awe of your heart. You need to hear that. They've watched you whisper silent prayers into the night, asking for signs, for clarity, for peace. And though it may have felt like the heavens were quiet, they were always listening. And now they speak. Because the truth is, your journey isn't about being left behind, it's about being positioned. For something greater, something richer, something real. The silence of that person? It wasn't avoidance. It was reverence. They've never met someone like you before. Someone who radiates kindness without expectation. Someone who holds boundaries and softness in the same breath. You showed them a version of connection they didn't know existed, one that didn't need to be earned or proved, just received. But receiving? That's the hardest thing for a guarded heart. This person has worn armor for so long, they forgot what it felt like to be touched by something pure. And when your energy met theirs, it cracked something open. That's why they pulled away. Not because they didn't care, but because suddenly they cared too much. You made them feel. And that feeling, it scared them. Not because it was bad, but because it was unfamiliar. Like stepping into sunlight after years spent in the dark. They needed space to understand what was happening inside them. But while they were retreating, the bond between your souls never left. It remained steady, quiet, waiting. And now, that bond is calling them forward again. They're realizing something they tried to deny. You're the one who shifted everything. You didn't need to beg for their attention. You didn't chase after them. You simply showed up as yourself. And that truth, your truth, is what's guiding them back. This is where things begin to change. This person is preparing to speak. And when they do, it won't be casual. It won't be small talk. It'll be soul talk, honest, raw, stripped of fear. They'll tell you what you always hoped was true. That they saw you. That they felt it too. That their silence wasn't an absence of love, it was love's preparation. And here's the part your angels are singing over you now. You were never meant to settle. Not for half-hearted loves. Not for temporary attention. Not for crumbs when your heart was made for feasts. The love you're attracting now? It will reflect everything you've offered to others. It will mirror the depth, the loyalty, the light you carry. This is the love that grows in sacred silence. And now, it's ready to be born into words. But I'll tell you something else, and this may be the most important truth yet. You didn't need this person's response to be worthy. You were already enough. Already divine. Already chosen. This is just the universe catching up to what your soul already knew. So breathe deep, beloved soul. Your patience was never wasted. And what's about to come into your life? It won't be fleeting. It'll be a chapter you'll never forget. The angels are preparing the moment where what was once unspoken becomes undeniable. Trust that. Receive that. And if your heart whispered yes while reading this, then let it guide you fully. Don't miss what's coming next. Subscribe, not out of curiosity, but out of alignment. Because your soul is ready. And what's waiting is divine. Now, close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. The person you thought had forgotten about you is about to write the most sincere message they've ever sent in their life. They won't talk about trivial matters. They will speak from the soul. They will talk about you. Your angels are showing that this is the moment when the veils begin to fall. Where what was confusing starts to make sense. Where silence finally finds words. That person, even if they seem strong, independent, or indifferent, is emotionally exhausted from hiding what they feel. They've fought against this truth within themselves. They've tried to rationalize, ignore, and even erase what they felt. But the more they tried to pull away, the more they found themselves trapped in an invisible web made of memories, glances, and your energy. And here's a secret that the angels asked me to reveal. They don't feel this way about anyone else. You are the exception. The unexpected pause in a controlled routine. The question they can't answer logically. The memory that keeps returning even in the most unlikely moments. And do you know why? Because you represent something they've never had before, a true, pure, and courageous love. They feel you even from a distance. They know when you're sad, when you think about them, when you send energy. Even without knowing how to explain it, there's a spiritual connection that goes beyond the physical plane. And this connection is becoming impossible to ignore. That's why your angels say, prepare yourself. Because this person is going to reach out. And it won't be in a shy or casual way. It will be with intention, with truth, with their heart in their hands. It may come with hesitations at first, but the drive comes from a deep, almost instinctual place. And in that moment, you will have the power to choose. Not for the ego, but for the soul. The angels want you to remember one thing: you are not being chosen right now. You have always been chosen. The difference is that now, the other part is finally ready to accept this. And if you felt all this deep in your chest, if something inside you sparked while reading these words, then listen to the call that echoes from the spiritual plane. Don't hide, don't doubt, don't diminish yourself. Your angels have placed you exactly here, in this moment, because you are ready to experience a love that does not hide. A love that declares itself. That surrenders. That isn't afraid to say, I saw you, even in your silence. And I chose to wait for you. And if you have arrived here with your heart beating faster, with tears in your eyes, or that feeling of this message is for me, then listen carefully. You have been guided here. And the angels are just getting started. But to continue receiving these messages that speak directly to your heart, not just as content, but as divine direction, sign up now. Not for me. For you. Because your soul deserves to keep hearing what the world insists on silencing. That you are loved, guided, and worthy of true love. The next step? It's entirely up to you. Dear soul, now that you know the truth behind the silence, there's something even deeper that needs to be said. Because this story, this journey between you and this person, is not just about romance. It's about awakening. About healing. About purpose. Have you ever wondered why certain connections feel so strong that they defy even time? Because they are not made of coincidence. They are made of destiny. That connection you feel, that constant presence in your heart, even on days when not a single word was exchanged, is not an illusion. It's a soul contract. Something that was sealed even before you were born. A reunion, not a meeting. A continuation, not a beginning. And that's why it hurts so much. Because each silence from this person doesn't just echo in your present. It resonates with past lives, with promises made under the light of other existences. And now you're here, feeling all of this, with a heart that still believes, even after so many disappointments. Your angels are asking you to embrace this moment as a rebirth. You are no longer the woman begging to be chosen. You are the woman who remembers she is already loved, that she is already desired, that she has already been recognized for who she truly is, even if the other person is still trying to find words to express it. And while this person walks toward courage, you walk toward your own light. This love does not weaken you. It reveals you. And what is coming, dear soul, is a moment so sacred that the angels lean in to watch it happen. A moment where eyes will meet again. Where hands might touch. Where finally, everything that has gone unsaid will be felt. Without rush. Without masks. But with truth. And when that happens, you will know. Not because everything will be perfect, but because for the first time, you will feel peace within your chest, and not confusion. Because this love, despite the ups and downs, the silences and waits, did not come to destroy you. It came to rebuild you. Now, your choice is simple. Will you continue to doubt your intuition? Or will you honor what your heart has always known? The angels say, you are ready. To live a love where you don't need to explain yourself, prove yourself, or hide. A love where silence finally transforms into presence. Into words. Into embrace. If you felt this message spoke to you, then don't let it go. Hold on to this connection tightly and with faith. and allow your angels to continue guiding you. Sign on. Stay with us. Let the next revelations come to you, because what is about to happen goes far beyond what you imagined. And it all begins now.